great and bad, and she gives on so bad. She gets that boy, she's light skinned. She's sport, but the sport, she's light skinned. She's never real, no attitude, she's light skinned. She's so well behaved, cause she is sex from bed. She don't eat much of that blood, she's light skinned. She's outside and not fine, she's light skinned. Her skin is green, her self-esteem, she's light skinned. Her skin is so smooth and she knows how to move. She really thinks she works things, she's light skinned. She wants one with her heart, she's light skinned. Her skin is red and music, she's light skinned. Her good white girl lass and her sexy breasts. Her hair is long and so she's she said ahead, she cooked the food in that room. Won't have a fit when the head wet. She's out of sight, don't call her by it. She great bed with off her head. She'll get the bag for she had. She plays sport, off her sport. She never proved, no attitude. Well behaved, you send a slave. She don't eat much, her thigh don't tug. Out of sight and never find her skin scream, high self-esteem. Her skin smooth, know how to move. She really fit, can't write that thing. Fine twine with a knife behind. Her skin is beige. You on the same page with a white girl class and a big fat ass. Her hair long. Let's sing this song. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned. The one I call when I wanna have fun. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned. Light skinned. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want.
Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show live. I'm your host, Game Changer, and today we're going to talk about a validation pit. What is the validation pit? Well, dark-skinned Black women, far too many of them, seem to have this unquenchable thirst for validation. No matter how much they receive, they want more. I came across, and by the way, this channel is dedicated to the shit that I see on my YouTube feed that pisses me off. And, since I don't mind this channel getting copyright strikes, I can play it to you. So a couple of videos, and, they're not really related too closely, but I have a couple of videos here that really piss me off. So I want to share with you my pistivity. Before I do that, what's going on, Pump and Dump? I'm glad we can agree to disagree. Soul Provider, Kenny B, Salute, and Top Dog. Welcome. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? All right. So apparently Cameron, I don't watch shit like that. And, no shot at anybody who does, but I don't really watch shit like Love Island or Love is Blind or some stupid ass crap, Marriage on First Sight, just all the stupid ass crap that try to make marriage a game show. Like they try to make love and marriage a game. It's pretty stupid, in my opinion. Nevertheless, let me fire this up. So basically, a dark skinned activist made a video about a interracial romance.
I want to talk about Cameron and Lauren.
Hold up. Let me pause this right quick.
Even though I've said many times here on my channel that I am not one
come on.
for interracial relationships, just because I myself wouldn't do it, and because I'm very cultural and very traditional, quite conservative, if let me put it.
All right. So basically what I want to, hey Naima. Okay, so what I want to do is
anyway, with that being said, I want to talk about this couple because of the effect.
So my shit's streaming slow today. In fact, so slow that when I press the pause button, I press it again and it unpauses because, you know, of the delay. Anyway, let me take this back to the beginning so we get the first 25 seconds in. All right. So basically, this is a dark-skinned girl, another one of these lesser-known dark-skinned activists who basically are saying to Black men, they want validation from Black men, whether or not they want the Black men themselves. I will constantly drive this into your skulls, Black men. They don't really want you. And they're not sitting as thirsty as they may seem. They're not that thirsty. So a lot of Black men will see that, oh, these Black women are complaining and, you know, they must want us. So let me shoot my shot. And then what will they do? They will take that shot, add to their list of, you know, unquenchable validation, and then move the fuck on. Because you see, actually getting into a relationship runs the risk of being, you know, invalid at some point. Like if you break up with her before she breaks up with you, then she would be invalid and it would take away all the validation that you gave her with. So they want the approach. They want the attempt, but they don't actually want the man that comes with it. Now, I want you to read between the lines as you listen to this young lady. And determine what is it that she is really after. So, without further ado, let's continue.
Now, in this video, I want to talk about Cameron and Lauren effect. Even though I've said many times here on my channel that I am not one for interracial relationships, just because I myself wouldn't do it, and because I'm very cultural and very.
Now, I want y'all to keep in the back of your mind that she says that she's not one for interracial relationships. Just put that in your mind right quick. Fuck.
Traditional, quite conservative, if let me put it that way. So anyway, with that being said, I want to talk about this couple because of the effect that it has on dark-skinned Black women and our image. I say this because a lot of Black men, right, take the beauty of dark-skinned Black women for granted. For some reason, Black men do not see the beauty of dark-skinned Black women until someone from a different race acknowledges.
I want to stop right there for a second. This Lauren chick has turned down Black men before. She has. You see, no matter how beautiful you call dark-skinned Black women, no matter how much queen and Mother Earth goddess, and no matter, because Black men marry Black women, you know, at a higher rate than anybody else, obviously, you know, but no matter how much of that shit, it's never enough. It's a pit. It's a bottomless pit of validation. It's never enough. So through all of this, and keep in mind, white guys don't validate them at all. You know, like all it takes is like 3 white guys, you know, in the entire population to date a Black woman. And that's like, oh shit, you know, we are valid now. But a Black man's validation doesn't really go very far to them. So according to her, yeah, she does sound African. So according to her, Black black men need to actually see a dark skinned black woman with a white man before we want her? No, I'm pretty sure that the men who wanted her before wanted her now.
Is the beauty of the dark-skinned black woman. And I'm saying this from personal experience. I've had it so many times that I just have to scratch my head. Why do black men only happens to see the beauty of a black woman when another nation approaches, or when another race sees the beauty of a dark-skinned black woman? It's always something that's just so mind-baffling to me, because it is insane and it's quite shameful to me that you have to see someone else desire your own woman until you will have a kind of attraction to the women that are in your own community, right?
Now, that's not true for reasons I just mentioned. This woman here, with those titties and those lips, have had black men approach her before. Let's be clear. I want to be completely clear about that. But look at the strategy here. Look at what's going on. Basically, they are saying to black men that I want you to see me with this other group of men. They want to incite jealousy amongst black men. And you see, that's why I don't really go off on them like King Sigma and people like that. I don't really do shit like that, simply because I know what this is really about. This is about them saying, oh, don't you want us more? Which increase their thirst for validation that comes from black men. Like, they just want to absorb more validation, and they're willing to get with white dudes to do it and promote interracial relationships as it relates to black women on white men as much as they can. Because like, you see, aren't you jealous? Aren't you enraged? When really all you're doing is just saying, okay, these chicks are really into us like that. Therefore, I'm going to SYSBM. It's not having the effect that they want. And it kind of makes them look like incorrigible bitches, because we're saying that, look, if you do these things, we will want you more. But instead of doing these things, they just go to other groups of men that they do these things for. And what exactly? Just to say, you see? But once again, it's not about having the black man. It's about wanting the black man to want you. Well, it's usually with any man, it's about a money grab.
So I'm saying this because this is definitely going to have a positive outlook for dark-skinned black women, because Lauren is absolutely gorgeous, just a very beautiful woman, right? And it's you can't doubt it. There is no doubt that she is a black woman. There are a lot of women that you see and you just have to ask, you have to question, like, are you not? So it is. But with Lauren, you see her, and what you see is a black woman who is being loved, who is being adored the right way.
She is being loved and adored the right way. Ah, God. Now, look at the title: Positive Image for Dark-Skinned Black Women. You see, if their goal is to promote Black love, because she says that she's not in the IR, I want you to notice how she's not really promoting Black love on her channel. No, they find this to be a positive image for Black love. And the reason being is because they don't actually want a positive image for Black love, or any image for Black love. What they do, they want leverage. They want leverage over black men. And this image is meant to make black men, feel jealous and like, oh, please don't leave. But that's not a healthy relationship. It's trying to incite desperation in black men because they view themselves so poorly that the only way a man would get with them if they were desperate.
A woman who has a man that wants to take care of her, who has a man that sees her as part of his life, a man that wants to wine and dine her, and not a man that wants her as the come up woman. Because I've spoken of it several times here on my channel, but I've seen it a lot. And actually, like I said, literally heard a black man tell me when he gets money, when he gets well of the type of women that he will be going for were the Latinas, right? And so from the Latina going up, the lighter, the brighter. You understand? Meanwhile, and that's
okay. I can imagine that a man said that to her, and I can imagine why. You see, men don't want a woman with a validation pit. Men want a woman who you say, you look beautiful in that dress, and she says, thank you. And you have given her enough validation, for a year. I mean, I won't even get into that. I won't even get into that. But I will say this. It takes a lot more. She will never appreciate you if she has this validation pit. When you say, oh, you're beautiful, I love you, she needs to hear it every second of every day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the shit just gets exhausting. So I can imagine a man who would just like go for a woman who's mentally stable.
At that very moment, he wasn't well off enough.
Wait, hold on. Naima says something. If I was acting desperate, GC, you would not want me to be with you. Well, Naima, I want you because I want you. So it's not like I don't care if you're desperate or not. It's I want you because I want you. Now, if you were like collectively desperate, then what would happen is anyone has access to you. So I can't really champion you like that. Like I can't walk around like, hey, take a look at what I got when everybody can get it. Like literally every white dude probably has access to her or something similar. So that's a problem. But it's but if a guy wanted you anyway, that's not going to stop him.
So he was with a dark skin.
Hold on. Very interesting. Don't you guys get tired of talking about women every day? Don't you get tired of listening about women every day? You fucking jackass. All right.
Black woman, and that was just so insulting to me, right? But he said it as if there was nothing wrong with that, because that's just how most of them think in this day and age. And that's why I absolutely love the image of Cameron and Lauren. Everything is not so black and white. I can always take things from.
She said everything is not so black and white when this is literally a black and white. Even their clothes are black and white. This was the dumbest. Okay.
From others, right? And one thing that I like about this as well is also, look, men know what they want, right? They have a very instinctive understanding of what they desire in a woman. And so when they see it, they know it. And I love this fact about this couple because many times I've heard black women, mostly dark-skinned black women, have to wonder and question whether this man is in love with them or whether this man even likes her type, as in dark-skinned black.
And there you have it. There you have it. And this is why I wanted to present this video of all the videos that piss me off, right? So basically, she said many black women have to wonder if the man is really interested in her. Now, they only have this doubt. They only second guess when it's a black man. She's just looking at these pictures and she assumed that he just loves and worships her and you know, he wants her, he champions her and blah, blah, blah. There's no doubt. There's no fear in this. They see this photo and they feel secure in his intentions, but they don't feel that same way when black men show their interest. And furthermore, they simply there's nothing the black man could do about it. That's because it's a validation pit. He can say, I love you. He can marry you. He can do whatever. They will still say, I wonder if he is serious. I wonder if he's seriously interested in dark-skinned black women. So, of course, men are going to say, fuck it. You're a waste of time. You're never going to make her secure is basically what's happening there.
Typical black features, right? And that is already like a red flag. The fact that black men would make dark-skinned black women feel that way is already very, very disgusting and demeaning. So, my dear beautiful princesses, take note, right? If a man makes you question,
nobody made you feel this shit. Nobody, black men didn't collectively wake up one morning and said, I want a insecure black bitch. No, that shit's on you. You were born into this shit. And you can't get over your issues.
whether he wants you or not. He doesn't. If a man makes you question whether you are the type of woman that he wants, that's not it. It's a red flag. That's a no-no. Men know what they want. They know it. And they always go for it when they know it, right? You know, so if you also have...
Nobody is making you question it, bitch. You're just questioning it.
A very strong traditional belief and also a very strong sense of culture. Just know what you want in a man. Just know the qualities that you should want in a man. Don't just go for man. You know, don't just agree to be with a man because he is black. Look at the character. Is he the right person? Does he make you feel loved? Does he make you not doubt your black features? You understand? And I say this also as well because sometimes black men say, you know, they can tell you how beautiful you are and that wouldn't change nothing. That doesn't change anything because your actions do not back it up. And why do I say that? I said it already before. I've seen black men say black women are so beautiful, but their actions tells you the type of black woman they're actually talking about. And it's not, most of the times, it is not the dark-skinned black woman. So your words, you can say it enough. So I'm just saying.
Oh, God. How often do you hear white men say black women are so beautiful? Like, how often do you hear that shit? But if a black man were to say it, and we do, it's always like, yeah, but you're talking about not the African featured one. Or the one that you're talking about is not dark enough. Her nose not big enough. She's not fat enough. Okay, well, produce. Naima, produce the white guys that are saying that, you know, black women are so beautiful. Produce them.
it. If a man is saying it, but his actions then makes you feel away, it's not it. Actions speak louder than words. A man is saying, I love dark-skinned black women with the full features, and then sees, the opposite of that and goes crazy. That is already a red flag. That's definitely a red flag. You understand? Because I've seen it happen. Words are words, but it's all about actions. Whether they are married, whether the marriage of Cameron and Lauren, whether it lasts or not, that's not what this is about. It's about the type of love you should want. You should want to be adored as a woman. It's part of it, just as how men wants to be respected.
She just said whether the marriage lasts or not, that's not an issue. You see how these bitches view marriage? You see how they view marriage? Doesn't matter if it lasts or not. Who in the fuck want to marry somebody like that? But she's basically saying it doesn't matter if it lasts or not, as long as she gets that validation.
By their woman. We women also want to be adored by our men. You want to be seen as the most beautiful, and you don't ever want to question every single time his quote-unquote preference.
So I'm going to cover this further on my other channel. I just wanted to, so I could play these videos. And yeah, so this is her. Let me just look at her channel for a second, because there's some things I wanted to show y'all.
As it's along, you have to wonder.
I think this.
You understand? So that'll be it for this video. And leave your comments below. Let me see what you think. I always love reading your comments. That'll be it. Bye.
All right, hold on one moment. All right, I just want to look at her. She has let's see, she has 419 subscribers. Maybe she'll get more with this video. But the image of black men, there is no look to blackness. Okay. Dear dark-skinned girls, you are not only smart and kind, you have outward beauty as well. Wow. When talking to chicks like this, you would think that there isn't a such thing as an ugly dark-skinned bitch. You would think that, wouldn't you? Okay. Beautiful black calls herself ugly. Hold on. The need for dark-skinned black girls representation. Now, here's the thing. What if she's ugly, for one? And for two, nobody can help that. Like you have, look at how young this girl is. So basically, if you have somebody who is walking around thinking that they're ugly their whole fucking life, no matter how many times you tell them they're beautiful, they're just kind of like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Then it's like, fuck it then. Sick of your shit. Go on with your ugly spiral. It's not my job to fucking deal with you. No more children out of wedlock, says Nicole TV. Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea. Dear black girl, you just don't know better. No more guilt. Okay, so I'm going to look into some of these and see if I can find out more fake outrage, devaluing black girl femininity and feelings. It's not just offensive. Okay, so Yeah, so she's one of these like Rashida Strober types who just like, oh God, somebody please find me beautiful. I have to reject all these guys and I want to reject more until I finally feel beautiful. Nobody gives a fuck. Insulting dark-skinned black women is not a joke. Yes, it is. If it's funny, then it's a joke. Black men are being overmothered. Okay, so this is her attempt to take away femininity from, anyway. There is no colorism in West Africa. Skin bleaching is just a preference. Oh, that's a question mark at the end of that. So apparently she's probably an African chick who, for whatever reason, watched Western TV, and she is all the more fucked up as a result of it. All right, so now let me get to the second video. This is slightly related. And of course, this comes from, what is it called? The Real? Yeah, The Real. All right. Oh, look, here's a dark-skinned black chick that's married. But, that's not going to shut them the fuck up. All right. So, now, hold on.
Viewer, Karina, she's from our affiliate WKBI in New Washington. This is her question. Ooh, I'm messing this up.
What's up, ladies? My name is Karina, and I am from New Washington, Indiana. I am a single mom raising a mixed-race baby, and my fear is that over time...
I am a single mom raising a mixed-race baby. Look at how fat this bitch is. Look at her fat. Look at it. She is the white man's leftovers. And who does she find to fuck her? A black man. Now, he didn't stick around, but a black man who's very likely more handsome than she is pretty.
She will feel disconnected from her African culture since it's not something that I'm familiar with. So my question is, what are things that I can do so she doesn't lose her sense of identity? And how do I keep that spirit alive in her?
Okay, I just want to add that the baby is African American, and she's Caucasian. Obviously, I found that out. So, ladies, any details?
Because she said African. I just wanted to.
Look at the positioning. Look at the seating positioning. Notice how the blacker you are, the closer you are to the center, and the fatter you are, the closer you are to the center. Like, it's just going like outward, like slim to bigger and darker to fat as fuck and dark as hell. They always want to be the centerpiece. This is their goal. This is what's promoted in the black community. This is the only way they see in getting the attention that they want. Being fat, sassy, ugly as fuck, and dark as hell. Every other culture would put Jeannie Mai in the center. By far the most beautiful woman on the panel. Not ours. Not ours. This is what they promote to us. She's the only fat one. And she replaced Tamara Braxton. Or Toni Braxton, excuse me. One of the two, yeah. She replaced her as the black chick. Because the beautiful image of a black woman, oh, no. You know, kind of like how the Tyra Banks show didn't last, but the Oprah show lasts forever. Oh, and Wendy Williams. Ever notice that? Is it black men doing this shit? Is it a black man behind the reel that's saying make sure that the image of black women, dark-skinned black women, is fat and ugly as fuck? Are we doing this? Because if you listen to the last bitch, we're the ones to blame. Nobody is making us feel valid. Who in the fuck is displaying you as invalid? Black women, women of other races, and white men. We are the only people in the world that is giving you validation, and it's not enough. Fuck you. Let me continue. Oh, and by the way, check out Jenny Ma's page when her black boyfriend just surprised her with a trip to wherever the fuck on a private jet. You know, he took her out somewhere and her entire family was there to surprise her. And then, you know, he said, we ain't done yet. And, you know, they hopped on a private jet and took a, you know, tropical vacation. But hey, you know, Lonnie Love that's what he should have been going after. Bitch, please. All right, let's continue.
I just want to clarify that.
So that's a good start, though, is her educating herself on the
Caring about that.
you know, saying African American and African. Because that confused me too, because that's a different.
So the baby came from Africa.
Correct. Yeah.
No,
I mean, so my mom.
the daddy African American.
So my father is African American, and I don't even say African American. My father is black.
Right.
My from America, and my mother is black from Grenada.
Okay.
And I grew up with just my mom, so I grew up in a Caribbean household. But she thought.
Ah, shit. Shut the fuck up. She's like, okay, let me have the mic as much as possible. So I am going to talk some how I am mixed too. I'm basically mixed with African American and African American. Shut the fuck up. Simple whore. All right.
It was very important that I know my Black American roots and my Black American heritage. So she always made it her business to make sure I was in like extracurricular activities.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? And like that was something that she really took on as her role as a parent.
So
I
what's
think
the
that's something. So for instance, like I was in a group called the McKnight Achievers, which was like at UCF in Florida, in Central Florida, and it was a program for like Black children who were excelling in school. And we would go there and we would have activities together, and there would be
The fuck? How is this answering the white chick's question?
like workshops and panels, etc. So stuff like that. But also just making sure that I had a diverse group of friends.
Yep.
You know,
That's what I was going to say.
so things like that.
It takes a village to raise
Well, you
a child.
poster child right here. So what
I
is
know,
it?
but I have a black mama.
Right.
So I just hung around my
But what
cousins.
about the white side?
Well, the thing is I didn't know my dad's side of his
Well,
family.
Did you
They
feel like you
ostracized
left?
us.
Did you feel that because you didn't know your dad's side that you didn't understand some of white culture?
No, because I knew my dad too. My dad was around, whereas in this case,
The dad's not around.
Yeah, the dad's not around. So
what did
there's
you do?
a thing that we say as moms, it takes a village, right,
Right.
to raise your child.
So true.
So what Amanda is saying, I think it's important to look around in her community, look at her support group,
Yeah.
and make sure she has someone in that support group that looks like her daughter,
Yeah, that
so that they can
represents- she's got a
teach
proper
her.
representation.
I have a friend who actually adopted a black girl, and she'll actually come up to me and don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be embarrassed. My friend is like, I don't know how to do my daughter's hair, and I'm like, thank you for caring. Thank you for even
Yeah, that's
asking.
the number one
And I
thing.
was able to teach her.
Take your baby to a black salon,
Yeah.
black hair care
Yeah.
salon.
Yes, please.
Not
Don't try
one
yourself.
of them, $8 cut places.
Fantastic,
Don't do
Sam.
that.
Yes.
No, not
Do it.
like
Oh
get
my
some
God.
sisters in there.
Now, see how fat the audience was? I tried to pause in the time, but I didn't. You're seeing the snippet. Every time they show the audience, it's a bunch of fat bitches, and that's why they have her there, so the audience can relate. They know their audience. Their audience is a bunch of fat bitches who get jealous of women like Jenny Ma or Ariana Grande, and you know they want to make it more fat focused.
And with hot pressing comb,
Yes.
stuff like that can work the
She
hair.
can also be taught. Can she be taught as well?
Yeah.
No, Amanda says no.
But I really like
Shea
being
butter.
educated about it.
I
Pick up
just
some
think
shea butter.
like there's
The shea butter,
butters.
and cocoa butter.
And make sure her skin is moisturized.
Why in the fuck are they cheering shea butter? Fucking jackasses.
yes, always, and her scalp.
And her scalp.
No, the butters are important
Butters are
because
very
our
important.
skin, you
It's
know,
so true.
needs a lot of moisture. You don't want the baby ashy
No.
No.
Yeah.
because it can be scratching
You
and
don't
all
want the
this
hair
other
dry
stuff.
either.
You
Yeah,
know,
no
a lot of
dry hair.
moisture.
I really like what both of you ladies are saying. Not only obviously to find people in the community that are of Black descent, so that your daughter can be, you know, can be immersed in that culture, but also your mom. I think it's also important for you to make sure that you have.
I want to remind y'all that she's in her fucking 40s. Look at her, and look at all these.
Diverse mix of friends, especially of Black descent, so that you're not just kind of letting your daughter learn about that culture. It would be beautiful and healthy for you to learn about your daughter's roots as well.
Well, I think she did because she dated a black man.
That don't mean nothing. Now you know that.
Yeah.
He
You
dated
know
a
that.
brother.
There's
Oh,
plenty
you
of
know,
white
he taught
folks
a little
with these
something.
brothers that don't know nothing but what they get.
He said a little something.
These brothers don't know nothing but what they getting. So that's what I have to say on that. Let me share the thing. So basically, I'm going to continue this talk on my other channel. I just came here so I could show the clips. I'm going to continue this talk on my other channel. So give me a second. Put the StreamYard out there. And I won't be here much longer. I'm gonna just go to the next one. So, but if anybody has something they want to say while I get that ready, then feel free. There's a StreamYard, and I don't know. I assume that it does payback because you know, it's like all kind of sweat and shit going on down there. So I just assume that like it's just like a chemical plant. Could be wrong, but you know. All right. So schedule for later, and that's about right. All right. All right, 1 second. There we go. All right, let me read some comments while I do that. Let's see. I mean, it's not a matter of destroying these bitches. It's a matter of, you know, not allowing them to just suck all the validation out of you, you know, and give nothing in return. Basically what they're doing is they're saying, look, I want, you know, I want 100,000 qubits of validation, while at the same time, I will make you feel invalid. Because I feel that the only way that you will continue to validate me is if you yourself feel invalid. Oh, and I'm going to get fat as hell if I'm not already. Well, they think they can. They assume that they are the ambassadors of Black men. I mean, no, it's not. They don't see it that way. They don't see that it's the responsibility of Black men to promote, or non-Black men that they're fucking, to promote Black women's beauty. As fucked up as it sounds. Yeah, exactly. Especially given their age. And that's because all the other females try. And of course, she doesn't. And there's a clear reason why she doesn't, because she wants men to validate her at her worst. She wants black men to validate. That's because it's a stronger need of validation. She wants you to validate the absolute worst in her. And then, and only then, will she feel validated. But what winds up happening is your stamp of approval loses all credibility. It's kind of like if you're that teacher that gives it easy A. Yeah. Yeah, she does. She looks like she was made from parts from a fatter bitch. That fat idiot said the child is African American after the mother straight up said mixed race. Yeah, exactly. But you know, everybody wants some mic time. You know how these shows go. Everybody, they're all looking for some camera time. When you're right, those are the ones who are most qualified for. But I mean, she gets with a black man. Apparently he pumped and dumped her. He's nowhere to be seen. So like, how do I raise them at African? Like, do you really want to? Like, why would you even want to do that shit? What's going on, Boomer? All right. Well, yeah, they'll shut their mouths because it won't be any more dark-skinned chicks. Like, it'll be like a new generation of light-skinned chicks, and you know, I will solve that problem. Jesus Christ. Ah, good point. Didn't even think of it like that. Actually, I want to touch on that a little bit more because you bring up a very interesting point. So if these swirlers, if the intention is to make black men feel jealous, then perhaps an unforeseen side effect is the white women would feel jealous. And perhaps go after black men more than they already do. Wonder if they thought this plan through. I will never forgive black women for the way that they have always made me feel so irrelevant, and that they spit in my face telling me I'm handsome. Which one is it? I'm either handsome or, well, okay, so it's a mind game that's going on with you. What they're doing is they want you to give your dick at a discount. So they want you to come to them on their terms, which is why they damage your self-esteem until it's so low that you will take anything in order to feel validated. And that's how a lot of these guys wind up with these fat, ugly bitches. Well, they need it. Yeah. Well, you know, she's not going to do that. I mean, she could be submitting to a black man's, or I don't know if she's in Africa, penis right now. But instead, she's doing this shit. So they don't have any choice. The black man in Africa. All right. Still haven't produced the truth. I mean, the proof, Naima. I mean, you say that a lot of white dudes are doing it. I mean, like, I had a white dude on my channel that says he pumps and dumps and hopes to marry a white woman. Like, that's pretty much how they feel. I mean, there's one white dude who actually said, "I'm sick of black women throwing their pussy at me." Yeah, exactly. And that's the elephant in the room. That's the part that they won't tell you. And that was really, when y'all look back at the interview that I did with, or the video I did where I was on Rashida Strober's panel, that was the first thing that I asked. How many black men have you rejected? And that should really always be the first question you have when dealing with these chicks. Excuse me. How many black men have they rejected in their life? Now, they'll try to evade the question and shit like that. But truth be told, it's at least, and this is like at the bare minimum, it's at least 100. Now, the women who are on social media, Tinder, Bumble, whatever the fuck, they are rejecting like dozens a day, maybe even hundreds a day. So it's ludicrous for them to pretend like there's some type of penis scarcity going on. It really is. All right. Appreciate you. Yeah, exactly. And that's why my channel is attacked so harshly, because I promote standards amongst black men. That's why I get pushback from, the Mago community as well as the Dago community, because that is the biggest threat. They're looking for validation, whether they are valid or not. And standards means less validation. I'll validate a dark-skinned woman if she's valid. And if she's invalid, then I won't validate her. But they want validation just by strength of being valid. Yeah, I like food more than I like pretty women, but it would be nice to have both. That's why I want pretty women to get me sandwiches. Like that's like the goal. Beauty and sandwich. All right, that's to Mace. Oh, what's going on, Jessica? You'd be surprised at how many of the black men from Africa still date black African, even after leaving their country. They date out less than any other cultural group. Are they received well by non-black women? And your dad. So, but are they received well by non-black women? Because I did notice that too, but even African-American women find that they're so culturally different that they aren't necessarily embraced as much. All right. I was talking to an African woman who said many African men will gladly trade. I was talking to African women who said many African women will gladly trade their men for American black men. Yeah, I heard that too. I mean, so I just assume that these bitches are just trying to promote their country, these African bitches, because they say shit like, oh, you should go to my country and they will, and they will blah 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 and blah blah blah, and and the thugs will get jealous and shit like that, and like all you have to do is walk up to them and talk to them in your American accent, and their panties will drop. And I hear that shit, but I think that they just promoting their country. I really do, and it's yeah. But furthermore, and this is why I'm skittish. This is why I'm skittish about any group of people, black or otherwise, who's attracted to black men for non-physical reasons. I'm skittish because I worry that the attraction to black men reflects their desire to be black American women. I think a lot of throughout the world, I think a lot of them want to be Black American women in the sense that they could say, do, and behave in any way, and it goes unchecked. I think a lot of women who come from rigid, disciplined cultures look for the freedom that Black American women express online. And they see us as somebody that's going to let them eat whatever the fuck they want to. But fuck with me, I'll check you quicker than the African will. That's for goddamn sure. All right, let's see. It's embedded in us, Black men and all Black men, to spread our seeds and can be fruitful. Yeah, well, in all men, really. You know, I mean, it takes discipline to go against this process, but yeah, absolutely. Now women can't get too many sexual options because they absorb DNA. All right. Yeah, they are. I mean, you know, any woman who don't eat Cheetos is attractive, and fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken donut sandwiches. Yeah, true. Good point. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. So we better man fucking up with GC. All women expect to be tipped, spoiled, and given maxed out validation. Not to the extent. You see, it is possible to max out the validation of a non-dark skinned Black woman. Here, take Jessica, for example. Jessica is maxed out, at least according to her her inaugural interview with Fantastic, when she was like, I'm sick and tired of all these men everywhere jumping out of the sky, these paratroopers, you know, these guys that pop out of the sewer to look at my tits and shit like that. That's how she was. So she was clearly a woman who's tired of the validation. She's sick of the over validation. And so she is maxed out on validation. However, even if you were to do all that shit for a dark-skinned Black woman, she would still come on these shows, come on these streams and say, oh my God, I'm just not validated. They only like the light-skinned girls, you know, shit like that. All right. So and really, all of this colorism complaining is them seeking validation from each other. Those are the ones I talked to that said, from a marriage standpoint, not from some goofy shit based on select, non-select criteria. I don't know what you're getting at. All right. Let's see. Yeah, keeping up culture and just a general preference of their own women. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a preference for their own women. I mean, so I take it that African women here, just like there, don't behave like African American women. Like, and the moment they did or do, you know, then the men will start to look for beauty in other places. Notice how other women are attracted to us Black men by our own physical traits from face. Yeah, true. But flu black. I think that that's part of the attraction with all races of women. You have that elements in all cultures. They want to rebel against it. Yeah, exactly. Well, a perfect example of this is the movie Titanic, where, you know, she had this rich guy and she wanted Leonardo DiCaprio's character or what have you, you know, because she wanted to escape the structure. However, her society is built on that structure. But this is also the same dumb bitch that threw, you know, $1 million amulet into the ocean because, you know, stupidity. I dated a French African woman. The environment was extremely cultural and wide range. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Exactly. And that's what I worry about. I mean, because sometimes Black American men represents a rebellion against their culture. Oh no, I mean how dark skinned women want, need, desire. Um, but they already have what light skinned ladies get. I mean, they act like these guys aren't trying to fuck them too. It's weird. And once again, light skinned women understand that they have to compete when dark skinned women don't. At least the ones like Rashida Strober. Jessica X loves the attention. Don't let women fool you. No, she's not fooling anybody. Every woman loves the attention. You know what I'm saying is she had her fill of it. Like she loves it more than not getting any, but she's maxed out. And if she wasn't, she would be getting all of that attention and then on here bitching, saying that Black men aren't giving her any attention, because that's really a cry for more attention. The reason why they want American men is because African men can do whatever they please majority of the time in Africa. Well, I mean, so that would mean that they want anything but an African man. And that means that they seek liberty as well as away from the comfort of giving me a sandwich. Well, they're working on it, you know, from the videos I've seen. Well, even if it's old, it means that sometimes somebody wanted to fuck her. She's not fucking everybody who wants it. I mean, like they come on here pretending to be dick starved, when really they have kids and, you know, wedding rings and ex-husbands and new husbands and shit like that, but they will still yell scarcity. Now, even though Jessica doesn't have any of these things, you know, but they're still pretending like it's a scarcity of penis out there for them. Well, I mean, they don't realize that the reason that you're with them is the inverse. Like, they're with you for freedom and you're with them because they are not entirely free in the sense that they describe the word. So, like, the men that go to African women don't want African American women. You probably would have to go there to make that assertion. Yep. And that's why it's such a big deal when one of them does walk down the street with them. Yeah, I agree. Which is why men should not give it away so freely. Yeah, I heard about the skin bleaching. I think that's most everywhere but the US. But yeah, I think that those women are idiots. I mean, the grass looks greener on the other side. I will say that. And America has this huge media engine that apparently Africans are taking advantage of. I mean, if they were smarter like China, they would just, you know, censor American TV, like what shit comes in and doesn't. Or maybe they just don't have the infrastructure yet. Okay. Well, historically, that's what they've been. But, you know, women were supposed to be the nurturers and, you know, and child bearers of society, and they're not holding up their end of the bargain. So there you go. All right, couple of more. All right, so the whole bleaching thing is in Nigeria. All right, so in about 5 minutes, I'm going to be on my other channel. That'll give me time enough to microwave a snack. So I will see you there. This is Game Changer 00100. Game over. Peace.